Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Tranquil Waters by Stevie. We've got a special helper in today doing some liming for us. Getting this field prepped and ready to go so we can get it planted. Happy Friday. Hope your week was well. Hope you're looking forward to the weekend. I'm looking forward to the weekend. Always look forward to the weekend. So what are we going to try to accomplish today? Unless I find a way to derail us, I would suggest that we try and get some planting done. Well, some seeding, I would say, most likely. I'm thinking barley on this field because we could use some barley. We're continuing to more or less focus, I guess you could say, on getting some pig food produced. I'm not entirely sure if this is accurate or not, but pig food pricing, it's a little weird looking, but it has a low of like $966, but it goes all the way up to $9,000 for 1,000 liters. I don't know if that's for real or not. Right now it's definitely on the low end. I have a feeling this is that fluctuation chart may or may not be accurate. I'm not sure what to expect from it. But anyways, that's what we're focusing on. We're going to try and get some pig food made. We've got a lot of different kinds of pig foods we can make with a lot of different kinds of products. So we're just going to see if we can get that done. So barley is definitely one of them. On our small sugar beet field over there, we're a little bit limited right now on what we can plant as far as what's relative to pig food. We could throw some more barley on there, but I thought it might be kind of interesting to throw some hops. Hops on that field, just to take another crop I have not grown in farm sim before. So I think we're going to throw some hops on there. Kind of looking to see if she's going to have enough lime to finish this off. I kind of have my doubts. So maybe what we could do is, I think seeds, I think lime falls under fertilizer. Let's find out. Yes, indeed they do. It does. Okay, so she's buying her own lime now. We'll just let that go. Again, kind of a pet peeve of mine about the game. I do wish it would, like I've said before, finish what you have first, and then you can start buying. But anyways, this might also be, let's see how well this goes. So here's a situation that's always bothered me too. We've got a planter that has both seeds and fertilizer. We pull up to the filler. Which one's it going to fill? I have no idea. So it filled the seed. So how do we get it to fill the fertilizer? Move ahead a little bit. Alright. I guess that'll work. Fine by me. Alrighty then. So I've got our seeder set to hops. We're going to go ahead and do some hops. We're probably just going to store them for now. I'll set a high price on there, and if we get our high price, we'll get them sold. I'm still using, I did some entering into our, what's the key combo for this bad boy? Yeah, for our sell price triggers. I entered a few things in here for wheat, barley, and a few other things. Mostly I set the sell price, I would say roughly close to what the average high price is, maybe usually a little bit higher. So hopefully we'll see some of those pop up eventually, and we'll know when to sell if we want to sell. What are we gonna do? We're gonna unfold. We might hire a little bit for this on this field. There's a couple things. One thing is our magic $300,000 Brad, that's not the right screen. Thank you very much. Our magical 320, I think it was roughly $322,000 that showed up in our bank account. I have no idea where it came from. Let me flip this around. Let me lock us in. We can actually move this over a little bit. Let's do that. There we go. We're set to hops. We are indeed set to hops. Let's get planting. We should see fertilizer. Very good. So, I don't know where it came from. And that's been bugging me. And I've been thinking about it. And I rewatched, I think it's episode 15. And on episode 15, which is the I Love Working Speed mod episode, I think that's right. Towards the end, the last quarter of the episode, I would say, I am driving our forage wagon over to our wheat field to pick up more straw. I see Gwen still going. And we get a notification that a wage payment was made. And almost immediately following that, so the wage payment is made. The wage payment, I think, was like, if I remember right, was a couple $100, $300, something like that. Because I think we were still harvesting sugar beets. So we get this notification, and I mean almost at that exact moment, our bank account goes up, and I figured it out to be roughly $322,000 some odd dollars. I was waiting for... Do you not want to lift? There you go. I was waiting for a notification on the screen to show me why we inherited $300 and some odd thousand, which never showed up. All it does is it shows in the bank, in our finances, I think sold goods or something like that, right? And it's still there. It still shows that we sold 330 some thousand worth of goods, but at that moment it was 322,000 something. The best I could gather. Now, I looked at our silos. I looked at everything I know to look at that. But nothing is set to sell. The only thing that is set to sell is compost. Looks like Gwen's done, or she hit a tree. Is compost. And I'm thinking, well, there's no way we could have sold 322 some odd $1,000 worth of compost. So what I'm going to try and do, just so you all see this, I'm going to try and insert the video clip from that moment in time when we magically inherited $300 and some odd $1,000. If you don't see the clip, obviously I failed to do so, and it'll be kind of silly. But if you see the clip, I don't know. If you have any thoughts on it, let me know. So here's the clip. And computers and stuff. It's like, if I'm a farmer and I own the 2023 Steiger. Okay, so hopefully you saw the clip there. You see what I'm seeing. Magic money. Let me know what you think. If you think you have any thoughts on it. I mean, there's not a lot of options, right? I mean, if the game thinks we sold something, we must have sold something. I just, for the life of me, I have no idea what it could be. At first I thought I figured it out, kind of, because we do have solar panels on the farm, but then they're not, we don't have that many solar panels. I mean, we've got a few solar panels. They're above the chicken barns over there, I think, or maybe the sheep sheds on the roof. So we've got a couple sets of solar panels, not a big deal. We put in those windmills over there. Gwen, I think Gwen missed something. You know what? I think we're gonna have to check on her. But I just don't think it's not enough. It's not enough to account for how much we earned. So I think I'm just gonna have to accept it, and we're gonna spend it. The bank hasn't come looking for it, so we're gonna spend it. How about them apples? And I think the best way, the best use of our money, at least at the present moment, is going to be in land and getting some land expansions going. Boy, I really like the way this seeder makes darn quick work out of these fields, doesn't it? Let's stop here for a second and see what's going on with old Gwen. Oh, she bailed. So I guess it'll be up to us to finish this little strip off here. Oh, interesting. Okay. I've seen that before. Apparently the game believes this part of the field doesn't need lime. Alright, I'll accept that. That means my apologies to Gwen for accusing her of bailing on us without completing her duties. Evidently she knows something I didn't know. Look at that wide front end on these cases. Big old fatty front end. Nice. Oh, where do we usually park? Over here? I think so. Should probably consider cleaning. Hey, who took my parking space? Should probably consider getting this case cleaned up and maintenanced work on it. Maybe we'll go do that real quick here. So anybody have plans for the weekend? My plans are very simple. Relax. That's my plan. Chill out and relax. I've been watching, let's get maintenance done first. I've been watching Halt and Catch Fire. I think it's over here. Isn't it over here? Hello? Why don't I just leave? Fine. Halt and Catch Fire. I don't know if... Oh, $623. I guess it kind of needed a little maintenance, didn't it? We'll take care of that as well while we're here. A show from... I don't know how long ago that show was on. It's an AMC show. It was on quite a while ago. Several years ago. And... first season was pretty much about the people who wanted to clone the original, you know, the IBM PC. You know how IBM had the pretty much had a patent on the, I guess you would say, the PC, so to speak. At least on the most important part of a computer. Well, I don't know if I can say it's the most... Well, it kind of is the most important part. The BIOS. and IBM had a patent on their BIOS, and this BIOS, basically, without it, well, you couldn't really build a computer, right? At the time, at least. And if you wanted to, you were paying up the wazoo to IBM for their BIOS. Well, basically, it's a story about these people who, I don't know. It's pretty good if you enjoy tech stuff, if you enjoy tech history. I should have gone and filled up our. Well, let's see how far we can get. I was gonna say I should have gone and filled up our dealie, but what are we planting here? Barley, right? Yes, we are. We're gonna plant barley. Let's run a couple strips here, and we'll kick off maybe a worker, and we'll check out what land expansion we want. So, yeah, it's a good techie show. If you enjoy techie shows, like I said, I think you would really enjoy this if you haven't seen it. It's a drama. It's definitely a drama. But it's good. Another suggestion I would have is, come on, baby. Come on, get the gas. You can do it. Another suggestion I would have would be Mr. Robot. If you haven't seen Mr. Robot, boy, I am all over the road. You really need to. Mr. Robot is up there with my all-time favorite shows, and definitely up there with my all-time favorite tech-related or tech-focused shows, and done extremely accurate and extremely well. There are none of these goofy make-believe fake operating system screens and all this other nonsense. Really, really good. In fact, I would venture to say they even went as far as to use like legitimate search engines and things like this. You know how sometimes you see, instead of Google, you'll see like Moogle or Flugel, or it's like, come on, man, really? I think most people today have a reasonable understanding of what a search engine is, and probably what the most popular search engine is, whether you like it or not. DuckDuckGo. Highly recommended if you haven't used DuckDuckGo. What are we talking about? 0, 0, 0. Why is my numlock key off? My numlock key was off. That is dangerous at best. Remind me that this is a 90 degree and this is a 0 degree. I seem to be getting that wrong on the regular here. There we go. Let's lock it in. We have barley. Oh, no. There you go, buddy. Very nice. Still liking that bumper. Ooh, a new front bumper came out the other day. A new front weight, sorry. Quite like it. It'll make an appearance, I think, on Tranquil Waters. I'm just waiting for the right tractor for us to purchase the right tractor, and then this will be a really nice, I think, weight addition to it. I think you all know how much I enjoy my front weights, because I believe they don't need to just be functional, you know? They don't need to just serve the weight purpose. They can look good at the same time. There's nothing wrong with being heavy and being pretty. I had a small engines. Oh boy, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if I should go where I'm going. I think I've told this story anyways a long time ago, but I had a small engines class teacher in high school. I have no idea why I took small engines. Well, no. Who am I kidding? I know exactly why I took small engines. Because it was better than trigonometry or calculus or algebra, that's why. And I took small engines, It actually ended up being quite good. I'm glad I did, but he was a different bird, man. He was, I guess that's what teaching small engines classes does to you after so many years. But yeah, he was a different cat. He was always talking about his chubby girlfriend, and how he would position his chubby girlfriend in the car just the right way to balance out the to balance out the suspension. Just, oh man, oh, I'm so tired. I should probably just go to bed. It was pretty hilarious at the time. I think for us as high school students, I think we were all just taken aback by it, because teachers didn't do that, right? They didn't talk about their chubby girlfriends they used to have. This guy was classic, man. Something else. Wish I could remember his name. He was actually a genuinely nice dude, but it's a different time then. I mean, if you had a teacher nowadays talking about their former chubby girlfriends that they used to move around in the back seat to balance out their broken suspension, I'm pretty sure that teacher is not going to be there for long, you know? Okay, hold on a second. Before I forget, let me back the truck up a little bit here. No, don't do that, Brad. Why did you hit that key? What was that? What were you thinking that key was going to do, Brad? Let's turn off that. Let's hire. Who do we have? Yeah, that dude's all right. I just don't want office worker dude. I am not. We're not going with office worker dude. All right, so you continue on your merry way. Now what we need to do, which is much more important, by the way, is we need to go find. I should have gone the other way. We need to find our skateboard. And we need to go take a look at this property down here. I think it's towards the east side of the map that I'm kind of thinking we need to purchase. Here's the... oh, did I miss them? I think I missed them. There they are. There's the solar panels. We've got a set here and we've got a set down there. But they certainly aren't generating that kind of money every month. And our windmills, unless they're broken, they together combined should only be $36,000 a month if we get equal, if we get equal pay every month. Sometimes I think sometimes they have the windmills and the solar panels, I think in particular, adjust according to the season. But, yeah. So this is the plot of land right here that is up for grabs that I think we can buy. And what's kind of nice about this here plot of land is we could do a combo, so we could combine if we wanted to. But it's already planted. So we wouldn't even have to lift a finger until... what, 5-6 months from now. I know you're probably saying, Brad, 5 plus 2 is 7, but 7 is a forage and then it goes one more. So technically it's 6 months from now, I think. So yeah, we wouldn't have to lift a finger. And I think it's in pretty good, I think it's a pretty good yield potential on it. Not bad. 103. Okay, so at least it's not minus on the yield potential. And price is right, $317,000. I would say that we could buy this one instead, a little bit better yield potential. But I don't know. Maybe it's my OCD. I kind of like, I don't want to skip because then we got this blank deal here. So I think we'll pick up field 6. Let's buy that. And let's buy the soil information for it. So we have a good idea, a clear understanding on soil information. Now I think we can go ahead and lime and fertilize this as well in order to help our cause out. I think. Where's my skateboard? Hello, skateboard. So there we go. Welcome to our new field. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. This will be our next one. I think we'll go this way. Unless we score some serious funds. This will probably be our next one. I'm kind of trying to get us all bought up on the south side. No, I'm sorry, the east side of the map. The river kind of dividing. If we might end up coming over here, but there's only 2 ways to the west. A bridge here and a bridge way down here. So I kind of want to make it worth our while. And of course, if you look, there's these 2. This field here is massive for a regular size map. That's a big one. And that's no small potatoes either. So we might try and save up for one of these 2 big boys here before venturing to the west side. West side. Ooh, almost bit it. Almost bit it. So yeah, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. That'll be nice to have another field. It's just another opportunity for us to have a little bit bigger variety of things we can plant. We need to get some corn in the ground. I think timing is going to work out so we can get some corn in the ground. We have, I think, like 10 or 15,000 liters of corn that was given to us when we started in our silo. But we do need to get some corn in the ground because we've got pig food that wants corn. And we could always do some silage out of corn or some chaff action from corn as well. Let's park our skateboard. Check up on our buddy here. Think you're doing all right? Let's go grab a little bit more lime. And let's go see if we can throw some lime down on this new field we bought before winter really comes on us. It's coming fast. It'll be here. Snowing galore. That's right. Prices at this thing are good. Am I wrong? I mean, 747 bucks for that much lime. That seems like a bargain. And then the other day we only paid like $12 for that silage additive. I think Stevie's being pretty generous to us with that. With those farm supply silo. I'll take it. That's good. Look how beautiful that looks over there. Yeah, that's so nice. Reflections off the water like that. It's just such a nice fall. I love fall. Fall just never lasts long enough. Football season, both college and pro starts. Hockey's going to be kicking on. Fall is a great time of the year. I would say it's my favorite season indeed. Oh, look at you. Getting all ready. We'll get the size right. I think the size is right. We'll do a little A heading. Yes, I know. 90 degrees. Yep, I heard ya. I heard ya. We'll get them shifted over a bit. Oh, maybe a little too much bits. Locked and loaded. Kicked off. And let's get to spreading. We'll try and take advantage of getting as much out of this wheat field as we can. Might as well, right? So yeah, I think we're in pretty good shape. We've only been in Tranquil Waters for a couple of months, and we're making some headway. That front tire is huge. Speaking of huge front tires, I was talking to a longtime subscriber of the channel, Tin Man, and he was talking to me a little bit about those ATC, those trike bikes that used to be super popular. And I guess he said up in his neck of the woods there are still a lot of them around, parts and functional ones. And I got to tell you, if you hear that, that's a plane going by. But I got to tell you, if I had the place to run one, I would definitely get one. I would definitely get one. Just for the nostalgia part of it. Just because I just so remember the commercials of the people just having amazing times on these three-wheelers. And none of them, they didn't show anybody in urgent care or in post-surgical care, or they didn't show anybody. They didn't show any of the drivers, you know, in traction, or the massive lawsuits that came out, because that's really ultimately, I think, if I remember right, that's ultimately what killed it, was the class action lawsuits, because they were bad. And I think for a while there, the first step I thought was, I seem to remember they put stickers on them eventually. I don't know that the stickers were there originally when they were originally introduced, but eventually you got these big warning stickers. You know how on a pack of smokes you get the big, you know, cancer thing going on? Well, I think there were like stickers of like people being decapitated and different things, and that doesn't help your sales. You know, I mean, you bring the kids, you know, the big family outing on a Saturday. You're like, hey kids, let's go to the sports shop, and we'll go see, you know, dad's thinking about buying the family some you know, some toys for the summer. Maybe a quad, maybe a trike. Kind of hard to say, but let's go look at them. You know, you got little Jimmy in the back seat there going, but Dad, I really want one of those three-wheeler trike bikes. They're really cool. They float on water. And then Dad's going, yeah. No, I hear you, little Jimmy. I do. Mom's in the seat next to Dad, just rolling her eyes thinking, these idiots, they're going to kill themselves. And so you get to the store, and lo and behold, you've got, on the left-hand side, you've got this beautiful, we'll say like Can-Am, or maybe a John Deere. Not John Deere, really. No, it'd be like a Can-Am. What were the more sporty quads? The you know what I'm talking about. The ones that like were designed to be not for hunters and stuff, but pretty legitimately for sport, right? I'm thinking Can-Am was a big one. And then on the right-hand side, there they were. The beautiful Honda. I remember a lot of them being Hondas. At least in my area, I remember Hondas a lot. But there they are, the three-wheelers. And you're leaning towards the right. You're like, I lean right. A lot of us do. And we go to the right there, and we are looking at these bad mamba jambas, and kids come over, and they're just, you know how kids do, they get on these things and they're just making noises like brum, 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 like all that kind of noise and whatnot. And you got a big old smile on your face because you want your kids to be happy. You know, you want them to have fun, but then deep down you know it's for you, you know, but you're just using the kids as an excuse to get away with it. And you think you have it locked in. In fact, the salesman that came over to ask you if you needed anything is already walking away to get the paperwork started. And your wife looks down and she sees this big sticker on the gas tank which is situated between your legs when you sit down on this three-wheeler. And it's a big sticker. It's not a small sticker. It's a big sticker. And it shows the three-wheeler flipping in the air with a stick figure of a person launching into a tree. Their helmet's going one way. Their neck and spine is going the other way. And all of your dreams of owning a trike just went down the tubes. And that was it. Unless, ooh, wow, I went through the lime, didn't I? I wasn't even paying attention. Unless, of course, you know, you got a good insurance policy on you, good life insurance policy. Then maybe your wife buys 2 of them. It's hard to say. But, yeah. Boy, I wish I, it's like I'm really happy with the time when I was born and when I was raised. I love the 80s. I would go back to the 80s in a heartbeat. The 80s were just the best. They were the best. At least in my lifetime. You know, I didn't experience the 50s and the 60s. And I don't remember most of the 70s, and that's not because I was, you know, in a state of mind. It was because I was too young. But the 80s, though, man, that was where it was at. But I wish I was old enough in the 80s and stuff to be able to. I want that memory of owning one of those, and I know a family had it, and I got to ride it a couple of times, but it just wasn't the same. And I was a wimp. I was a wimp on things like that. Like, I had friends that would get on those things and just, you know, balls to the wall, go. You know, just whatever. But I was a more, I guess you would say, kind of a leisurely driver. So I really never probably got the performance out of them like I should have or could have. However, I did have a buddy when I was young and lived in Canada. He had a one of those Honda 50cc mini, not a mini bike. It looked kind of like a motorcycle, basically, but it was I remember it being a 50cc Honda. Oh, that thing was so much fun. So much fun. Where did we leave off? I'm gonna go here. And we're going to get this wrapped up, I think. I think our time is almost up. Oh, I see where we left off. Right about there. All right. We'll come back that way. But yeah, that 50cc Honda was a decent bike at the age that we were at, which wasn't that old. That was a lot of bike for us, you know. It was a lot of fun, man. Again, just absolutely brilliant. It's kind of funny. My parents wouldn't let us have. There were things that they would let us have and things they wouldn't. And I don't know if it was a money thing or if it was just a safety thing in their minds or what. But like, my mom would. If I would have pushed it hard enough, I'm pretty confident my mom would have let me have a .22 rifle when I was 12. Because she's from Kentucky, and I think for baby showers, you know, or they didn't used to do gender reveal showers. That just wasn't a thing, I don't think. But for baby showers, people weren't just bringing, you know, oh, cute little onesies and little baby blankets and stuff. They were bringing shotguns. Like, hey man, your kid's gonna get, you know, your kid will be 3 years old before you know it. He's gonna need a shotgun. You know, I mean, you got to think ahead here, because what 3-year-old is gonna feel comfortable without a 12 gauge next to him in their crib? But I do think if I would have pushed it harder, I probably could have got a .22. But my mom never shied away from me having a pellet gun or a BB gun. There were times when I probably shouldn't have had one, but I was pretty good about it. But yeah, but I never got a mini. Well, I did have a mini bike, like the legit mini bikes. You know, the old school ones that had the actual lawnmower motor. It was a Briggs and Stratton that you actually had to pull start, stuff like that. I did have one of those for a while, but that thing was kind of a train wreck, and boy, were they hard on your butt and spine. They had zero suspension. Yeah. But we really never had the toys like ATVs and RTVs or ATCs and all this other stuff. Not that we didn't have enough. Certainly not, you know. Our parents did a good job. They were great people. They are great people. But you always have those friends, right, that have that one thing, you know, that one thing you wish your parents would let you have. And I think maybe they know it. Like, they knew my buddy Scott had that motorcycle, that Honda. So why would they buy me one when I could just go over there and use his? Maybe that made sense. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Not really sure what happened here. Oh, I know what happened here. Yeah, that threw the game off. Our little halvesy thing right there. I think they thought that was the end of it. Alright, that's alright. We'll kick another one off here. Make sure it's not corporate guy. Man, this guy is really popular lately. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Tires aren't spinning. Something's not right. Now let's see if we hire. There we go. She's good. Yep, we'll let her go to town. So yeah, I think that's going to be a wrapper on Tranquil Waters. We will get to fertilizing our wheat field over there and make sure that that's topped off, so we can call that good. We'll finish up planting our barley. Our hops are planted. We also have poppies that'll come in after the new year. I think we're in pretty good shape. I'm probably going to have something for this weekend for y'all, so just keep an eye on the channel. As always, I really appreciate you guys watching. And if you enjoyed it, leave a like if you would. I'd appreciate that. Makes me feel better. Right? Makes me think that somebody cares. No, seriously. Thanks for all the new subscribers too. You're awesome. And I'll see you all real soon. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye for now.